I'm Darla. This is Uncle Hank. We are here because we got some emails and stuff from some of our watchers, and we appreciate the feedback that we're getting from you. And yeah, we have a couple of emails that we'd like to read. So, should we get started?
You dadgum right, niece.
But first,
Get that. God almighty. Okay.
okay.
First, Darla, I'd like to get something off my chest if I could. There's one thing I cannot stand, and it's arrogant people. You know, they're always looking down their nose at you. They think they're better than you. Couple of nights ago, I was at a grocery store, and I was in the checkout line, and there was a lady in front of me. She was probably 70, 75, and there was a couple in front of her checking out. So I was just kind of sitting there chilling. And the woman in front of me, the elderly woman, kind of leaned over to the couple that was checking out, and she said, "Oh, me and my husband just love those little cakes, and they look like pound cake or something, or some little pastries or something." And they both looked up at her, kind of looked at each other, and kind of bobbed their head and started talking to each other again. They just ignored her. Well, that rubs me raw. So I leaned over and I said, "Hey, the lady said that her and her husband love those little snack cakes you're eating there, asswipe." God. And it must have got real quiet right before I said that, because you could have heard a pin drop in that store. But I'm not sorry I said that. You know, it doesn't cost anything to be friendly. It doesn't cost anything to say hello or respond to somebody. It doesn't matter how much money you have or where you live. Doesn't matter what color you are or what you drive. No one is better than anybody on this planet. The only person that's better than any of us is Jesus. We are all low lives, okay? Nobody is better than anyone else. So just try to be a little nicer. I know Hank and Darla's viewers are perfect people. But that just rubbed me wrong. Email me and let me know if I did wrong, or they actually walked off without paying. I guess I upset them, and the older lady between us, when she left, she patted me on the back. She's up with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just had to get that off my chest. So let's go ahead and start the
Okay.
email.
All right. So once again, our email is hankanddarla911@gmail.com. So keep the emails coming in. We love the stories. So first one is from Chad in Texas. "Hello, Hank and Darla. My name's Chad, and I'm here in Texas. And Hank, I remember back in the 80s when you were a regular guest on a paranormal radio show here. Glad to see you're still at it."
Oh, God. Well, I am, Chad.
This story's
I'm
about
a lot older, but I'm still at it.
This story's about my mom when she lived in a duplex in West Texas. After she had lived in the home for maybe 6 months, this lady started coming over around 9 every week. She looked around 30 or 35 years old and was always very upset. She asked my mother if she had seen her daughter. She said her daughter was 7 years old and she had to find her. My mom didn't think much about this as kids, never wanted to go home. About the 5th time she came, my mom followed her up the street. About a half a block down, the woman walked to this house and walked in. The next week, the woman came at 9 o'clock and asked the same questions. My mom asked her if she should call the police. She asked her if she wanted to come in. She tried to get her to talk, but she acted like she never even heard my mom. She left, and my mom waited for about 30 minutes, then went to the house the lady walked in. Mom knocked on the door, and a man answered the door, and Mom asked if she could help them find the little girl. The homeowner had no idea what she was talking about. Mom tells him what's been happening, and he said him and his wife have no kids. They talked for a while, then the man got this weird look on his face and told Mom the woman who lived here died in a car wreck, and her daughter died in the crash. He said a drunk was speeding down the street and hit the mom and daughter about half a block from his house. After some research, Mom found out they were killed right in front of her house. My mom moved out that day and lived with me until she passed away. My mother didn't make things up, and it really freaked her out. Hope you like my ghost story.
Whoa. What do you think about that?
I mean,
That's pretty
it's pretty
spooky.
freaky.
Yeah, it's really freaky.
It's amazing to me that a spirit can act so human-like, and you can look at a spirit and it be just like I'm sitting here talking, sitting next to an actual person, and it be a spirit. That's just...
Well, there's documentation of it happening before. I mean, people were talking to people who happen to be ghosts. Yeah, that's a really good story. Thanks for sending it in. Anybody want to write in and comment on that story, feel free to do it. What else we got, darling?
All right, so next one is Debbie from Portland, Oregon. Hi, I've heard people claim that after their loved ones have passed and those same loved ones come to visit and say that everything is all right and they are happy. Do you guys think people come back after they die to tell their loved ones they are okay? My dad said his brother came back a few days after the funeral and was standing in the doorway of my dad's room. Dad said he just smiled and disappeared.
Oh.
Ugh.
I do believe that.
I do too. It's like a sense of comfort, I think.
Yeah, my grandmother said a couple of nights after my grandfather passed away, she woke up and said he was sitting on the edge of the bed. And he told her, I'm fine, everything's going to be all right. Go back to sleep. Now, I don't know if that was just the trauma of him dying, or if it really happened. I think it kind of did. I think God can do anything he wants to. If he wants to send somebody back down and say goodbye, he'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to put God in the box. But you hear stories about that all the time. So yeah, I think it's very possible.
It's just kind of letting the people that are living know that they're okay and they're, they're not hopefully burning somewhere.
Hopefully.
I mean, I don't think they would come back with a gentle touch on the shoulder if they were burning.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I do believe it happens.
Comfort.
I think it happens all the time. I think things are interacting with us all the time. We're just too busy to notice it. I think we're visited all the time. I think we're visited by angels, by long lost loved ones. But there's other things out there that like to masquerade as human beings, just to cause turmoil. So
I think people are just too wrapped up in their own lives and their phones to pay attention to the signs that are being given to them.
I agree. Well, folks, that's it for this session. I would ask you, please hit the subscribe button because it's real important. That's the only way I'm going to have money when I retire. But please hit the subscribe button. We're having a lot of fun here. I hope you like it. Please contact us. Let us know what's going on. If you have any stories, let us know. Let's keep it real. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.